Some of you are probably saying, "What is this? What are you talking about in this title?" Let me tell you something. That is the truth. But the naysayers and Sega as well wants to keep you from learning the truth. And we have to call it a theory, but it might as well be true. But, like I said, some people just don't want to accept the truth. So we have to call it a theory. This theory is not meant for you if you want to stay protected in your little shield bubble to be kept away from the truth. But for those who are venturous enough to get out of their bubbles and listen to me, let us begin. Let us find out how Sega tricked you into loving Sonic Boom. To begin with my theory, we have to analyze classic Sonic in Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania, because they are one and the same. How do we know that they are one and the same? Well, according to Sonic Forces, this has been said.
Oh, you're that Sonic from another dimension, aren't you?
For a pint-sized Sonic from another dimension.
And all we got from Sonic Mania was this ending, and it's just safe to assume that this is the same classic Sonic. And this is nowhere near the same classic Sonic that we had in Sonic Generations. If you remember, Sonic Generations was about...
We're traveling through time and space!
But does that really mean that classic Sonic is past Sonic? Yes it does actually, because this scene over here...
If you would be so kind as to explain, Gentleman Genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past.
And there you have it, undeniable proof that the classic Sonic characters are in fact the past Sonic. Even Sega said that Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces has nothing to do with Sonic Generations. And even ignoring that, we kinda see the proof right in front of us that Sonic Generations is past Sonic and Sonic Forces and Mania is different dimension Sonic. They are completely different. Now that we established that they are completely different Sonics, how is this Sonic not a time split Sonic? I heard some people say that this could be Sonic Generations Sonic, but a time split has happened because of all the events that happened in Sonic Generations, thus creating a new timeline where Sonic Mania takes place. That could work, and it will explain dialogue like this.
It's been generations since I seen you. You okay?
However, we have to accept that there's a time split and somehow the past didn't affect the future somehow. That means Sega is going on a splittist timeline thing and not a linear one.
You learned a few tricks that'll help you out in the future. I mean, the past. You know what I mean.
It would make a lot of sense, however, Sonic 06 happened, and Sonic 06 kinda made it clear that it was a linear timeline that Sonic follows. Even Sega themselves said that they follow a single timeline, and it kinda shows, honestly. However, we're not judging by what Sega said, we're judging by what they showed in the games, and honestly, it still shows. No other Sonic game has explained that it's a split timeline, so we have to assume that this is a linear timeline, so split time Sonic is not possible. So what in the world is another dimension Sonic? We never seen any type of thing in past Sonic games talking about another dimension. However, we did have a Sonic spin-off game that's unlike any other game. The Sonic Boom Dimension. Believe it or not, there's a lot in common in Sonic Boom and Sonic Mania. I have reasons to believe that Sonic Mania Classic Sonic is Classic Sonic from Sonic Boom, and the world that they share is exactly the same. How are they the same despite being another dimension Sonic? Well, let's overanalyze Boom Sonic and Mania Sonic. One of the big differences that Mania Sonic has over past Sonic is the fact that he could drop dash, while past Sonic can't, disgracing the dojo. Modern Sonic can't drop dash, however Boom can. This is a very interesting detail. I tried reaching out to Christian Whitehead about this, but he never replied to any of my calls, nor did I make any. And I think Sega told him to be quiet about this. Oh, and don't think that this is just limited to Sonic. Boomtails and Mania Tails have a lot in common too. Here we have Boomtails. He can't jump very high, nor can he fly that high. He's really weighted down. The same can be said about Mania Tails. He is pathetic and weighed down. Unlike his modern counterpart who can fly majestically, also his classic self can also fly pretty high. Praise Tails. Then there's Knuckles, who honestly has the most character development. There's a lot similar, but there's a lot different as well. Because in the future, instead of boxing gloves, Knuckles switched over to sports tapes for the gloves, giving Knuckles more oomph to his punches. He does many of the same things. Both Mania and regular Knuckles can punch, same with Boom Knuckles. All the versions of Knuckles can also climb. Mania Knuckles and Boom Knuckles also have the amazing power to break the game. There is one big difference though. Mania and regular Knuckles can glide. Boom Knuckles can't glide anymore because he's too large ever since he skipped leg day. So he's weighted down so he can't really glide. You see these arms on how he attempted to glide? And then he just falls. But instead of gliding, he has a double jump now and this rising tackle from King of Fighters. Huh. Now that we've seen the similarities of Mania Sonic and Boom Sonic, how about the worlds? This one is a bit tricky because just like in the real world, their world evolves. The little island that they live at is Hedgehog Island. I'm gonna assume that it's Hedgehog Island, just like in Sonic Boom, or maybe it was Unnamed Island. For the longest time it was named Unnamed, so it could be that. This looks like a primitive version of the Hedgehog Island that we know right now at Sonic Boom. We only see this side of the place, and mostly we never see a zoom out of the island, but it definitely has the Sonic shape head going for it. Sonic Mania has some stages that we never seen in regular Sonic games before. And where are they from? They're from Boom. And here's a comparison. Mirage Saloon used to look like this. And now, it looks like this. It's pretty obvious in time, the work in Mirage Saloon started to increase even more. Some of the stuff that was being built before is now built here. Much like our real world, it's always forever work in progress. The grand place that was Studiopolis now looks like this because of all of its hazardous stuff that they probably used in order to make their game shows or movies or whatever it does. Press Garden Zone, the once beautiful wintry looking place, is now this, a toxic wasteland much like Studiopolis. I know I'm probably leaving out Titanic Marduk, but that was probably a Zone original, same goes for Lyric's thing in Sonic Boom. I know I also left out Amy in Sonic Mania. She's technically not in it, but this was before she became a strong independent woman. If Amy was in Sonic Mania, I bet she would have had a hammer, thus connecting these two very closely. The whole arm situation as well, both classic Sonic and Mania Sonic have peach arms, same with modern Sonic, but Boom Sonic has blue arms, and there is a simple explanation for this. If you look at other hedgehogs like Shadow and Silver, they both have body colored arms as well, while modern Sonic has peach arms right out of nowhere, and it's kinda creepy. Because modern Sonic shaves his arms. That is why there's the peach look. And Shadow and Silver obviously doesn't shave, so they don't have the peach arms. So Sonic Mania Sonic doesn't shave his arms in the future. That is why Boom Sonic has blue arms. Boom Amy used to shave her legs until it was really disturbing, and then she decided to let the hair grow out because Sonic was into it. That's also kind of disturbing, but let's not focus on that. In conclusion, is Sonic Mania classic Boom Sonic? Of course. I mean, there's proof. It will be silly to think otherwise. I mean, it's a theory. It does not matter that there is actual legitimate evidence. Those are naysayers trying to prevent you from learning the truth. And now you know the truth, and knowing is half the battle. Thank you for joining me on this theory, and there's nothing really else to talk about Sonic Forces except for everybody dies. Wait, what?